Hi everyone. I've been gone for too long. What is going on? Wanted to quickly do a quick little scope and see if I remembered how to do this. We're looking at a little foliage. I'm not sure if you can see that too well here, but I'm sitting here at the river once again, waiting for my son, and figured I would scope. What's going on, everyone? Hey, Vin Thomas. Vin, what's going on? I believe, hey, Vin, you're the one that did the graphic for me, right? I think. Well, there's a couple Vins, but there's a Vin that did a book cover for me. Hey, Scott, was getting worried there for him. Yeah, it's funny. I've been missing in action here for a little while. We've been traveling a little bit, and I wanted to do a couple scopes while I was traveling. Wow, I just was wondering if you still were periscoping. Rebecca, yes, I am. I'm going to get back into it. It's been a little bit. What's up, dude? Hey, what's going on? Rob from Charlotte. Hey, Rob. I was just in your neck of the woods, and I almost thought about calling you guys, but just got crazy. We were knee deep in house stuff. Scott, did you ever decide to go with the forum or sticking with a? Yeah, we're gonna stick with the Amazon or the Facebook group. It's just too much going on with especially with the forum and getting people to moderate it. Just listened to episode 100. Oh, cool, awesome, Vin. Andy from Lake Norman, call next time. Hey, Andy. Yeah, I know. It was just so hectic. Hey, Scott. Hey, Bill. What's going on? Double fist pump there, bud. Hi, Scott. Missed you. Were in Florida. Yeah, no, I wasn't in Florida. I was in South Carolina and North Carolina. What kind of supplier? Okay, you, Scott. Okay. So here's the deal. I just wanted to kind of give you guys a recap, if you guys even care. Some of you said last night, I was doing a workshop last night and said, hey, Scott, we missed your periscopes. Where you been? And so I figured I would definitely have to do one today. I'm from upstate New York, Malcolm. And if you guys are, someone says, I care. I'm from upstate New York right now currently, and I'm looking to move to South Carolina. Actually, I'm not looking. We are moving probably in July of next year, 2016, which will be here before you know it. We all know that, right? So next time, Florida, a meetup. Yeah. Sorry, man, that was some other joker. Oh, okay. Whatever. So anyway, what I want to do, though, is just kind of give you a little recap and kind of let you know what I've been working on. A lot of different things, and I'm not even sure where to start. I'm not driving. I'm parked. Someone just said, hope you're not driving. No, I'm not. I'm sitting here. Basically, oh, that lit up a little bit better when I did that. That's cool. Hearts are beautiful too. I see you guys still know how to give hearts. That's awesome. Thank you. And today a podcast episode went out too, was Ask Scott. No replay from last night. No, there's no replay from last night. We don't usually generally do replays anymore because the questions flood in after. We do live in Q&A when we're on the workshop, but then they kind of, the following days we just get a bunch more, and it's really, to be honest with you, I mean, I should probably have a camera follow me around all day. I'm just going in all different directions, and I'm trying to balance life, and I'm doing this for freedom. I'm not doing it to be strapped to my computer. So that's what I've been doing there. So as far as the replays go, but we are doing another one next Thursday. I believe that one's going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern if you missed it. And again, if you guys are tuning in for the first time, you don't know who I am, my name is Scott Volker. I do a podcast mainly on selling on Amazon, also on e-commerce type stuff. That's really another part of the business, which we're going to be hopefully moving into. Why are you moving to South Carolina? Well, I'll give you two reasons. One, the winter here sucks. Sorry, excuse my French, but it does. It's terrible. So I mean, the winters, and then the other thing is cheap gas. Yeah, I'm telling you what, in South Carolina, it's like 50 cents cheaper there for gas, which is crazy. The taxes as well. The taxes are crazy. My main motivator, though, honestly, is because I do not like the winters anymore. I grew up with the winters. I'm done with them. This year will be the last year that I'm here in the bitter cold, and if I want to come back, I can. All right, so enough about my reasoning for moving. Although it was exciting, because we did put a stake in the ground. We're having a house built there. Florida's warm all the time. I know my father lives there. South Carolina is kind of where we're going to root for right now. My son's going to go to a prep school there in this coming year for basketball. So we're looking to get out of here. So anyway, all right, so that's kind of that stuff. So I've been really knee deep in that stuff and kind of been distracted a little bit. the other thing I've been doing is balancing this whole Amazon thing. And a lot of you guys that are following me right now are all about Amazon, and so am I. And I'm teaching people that, and I'm sharing all my experiences. I'm sharing the ups and the downs, and it really does prove that there is no one set way to do anything, but there is something that I think should be noted, and that is that no matter what business you are creating, you need to eventually start to widen the base. And what I mean by that is for the longest time I've talked about not building an authority site or a blog or any way to start building any external traffic, because I felt that was a waste of time at the time when you're starting. But there comes a time that you do want to start almost like getting that outside traffic to almost secure yourself, so you're not not focusing, but depending on Amazon so much. Amazon is going to go like this. Right now, we're starting to come back. But Shopify is good. Chris Schaefer, a good buddy of mine, is actually a Shopify guru and e-commerce guru. So he's going to be helping us in the Amazing Seller podcast with that stuff coming. Moving forward, we've just recently talked about that. So, I kind of started the Amazing Seller as the Amazon place, but it also has to do with just selling online as far as the e-commerce space. Can we join your class outside of the webinar? Yeah, the class, for those of you that don't know, I have a class called the Private Label Classroom. It is public. You can go to privatelabelclassroom.com, and then there it has a public price. When I do the workshops, we usually give a discount for that. So that's if anyone's interested. But anyway, so the whole thing right now that I'm doing, and I'm going to be talking about this in the podcast and all that stuff, but there's just so many different things that I'm kind of getting involved in. And a lot of it has to do with Amazon and building out that one brand. But I'm not even talking about this on the podcast yet. So you guys, of course, you guys always know when I'm talking here on the Periscope, I'm kind of giving you guys the news before I even talk about it on the podcast. I'm working actually right now with a friend of mine that started an Amazon business, kind of going through all of my guidance. And then from there, now I've kind of come on as an advisor for him, but in a sense, I'm getting a stake in that company. And I did that because he's also going to help me in my Amazon business as far as some of the things that I can't do on a regular basis now with having the Amazing Seller podcast and all of the different things in that business. I'm also involved in what you guys might have heard that the episode I just did with Tyrone. I'm also in not really doing a lot of work in it. I'm just kind of like, I'm on the board of directors in a sense, where there's a site now where it's actually a platform that we're creating. I'm not really creating it. They are more than I am, but it's Jungle Flippers. And it's really where you're taking an Amazon business and you're listing it there for sale. And then you can either buy it or you can sell it. This is a huge opportunity. I may even be thinking about selling the business at a certain time, and that's also why I'm thinking about building out that external channel. I can make it bigger. I can make it stronger. And it's just a process. Again, when I started my podcast, you guys know, I never came out and said that I am this guru that is selling hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. I think a lot of times that's just almost seems Hey, welcome back. That was interesting. So if you guys are joining me again, we just got disconnected. Why did we get disconnected? Well, because my son decided to call. I thought I put my phone on Do Not Disturb and thought it was my signal. No, it was my signal. It was my son calling saying, "Are you here yet?" And I said, "Yeah, I am. I'm right around the corner." So I told him, "Give me about 10 minutes." I was like, "What's the heck?" Right? It was like a cliffhanger, right? I literally was starting to talk about all of the things that I'm thinking about and working on and all that stuff. But yeah, anyway, back to Tyrone. For those of you that are joining me right now, maybe for the first time today, I was just on here for about 10 minutes. We were talking, going back and forth a little bit, and my connection got lost because my phone rang. So I thought I had it on silent, or not silent, Do Not Disturb. Okay, so that was weird. All right, anyway, I got most of you back. So here's what I'll explain real quick. The Jungle Flippers thing right now, if you are interested in learning more about that, there's a couple of different resources there that's already put up on that. It's called, or the website is jungleflippers.com/info. And then there you'll get information if you want to be a buyer or a seller or both. It's a huge opportunity that I know is going to be needed and is probably needed right now. And it's also something for buyers and sellers. So for example, if you've got, and I'm not saying you, but I'm saying if someone has like $100,000 laying around or $200,000 laying around, and I know that sounds like a lot of money to a lot of people, which it is, but there's investors out there that want to invest in an Amazon business. Or maybe there's 3 people that want to go in on a business and they want to start a business without going through all the Amazon, growing pains. Okay. So there's a place now for them. Okay. The URL is jungleflippers.com/info. All right. So that's jungleflippers.com/info. And Tyrone is really behind that. He's a guy I had on the podcast. He's an Amazon seller. And he's also the guy behind this whole thing because he's also a consultant. He's got an agency for helping Amazon businesses. So he knows there's a need for it. And also for people like us that if we want to just build a business, let's say a year, we want to exit out of that business because we just want to cash out. You can take, like, let's just say, for example, you have a business that's generating $10,000 net a month. Usually the return on that or the sale price on that will be between 20x and 30x. So let's just say it's on the low end at 20x, you can get $200,000 for that business. Okay. Now, if you have an authority blog or website built and you're starting to get some outside traffic, maybe some sales through that website as well, now you've got a larger business that you could potentially sell. Now, instead of it being a 20x, it could be a 30x. So those are the different things to consider. But again, I'm really interested in that because obviously I'm an entrepreneur, but I'm looking at all of the possibilities of not just being able to have an Amazon business and make money through that channel, but also branching out when the time is right to be able to either build an external website that's going to all of a sudden start getting traffic from content that you're going to create. I'm actually literally doing that right now. I'm not doing the content. I'm actually testing out this service actually from a guy that I became aware of, and he's actually doing all of the work for me. Now, it's not that cheap, and I'm not going to really say how much it is yet, but it is, it's got a price tag to it. But the way I look at it is it's something that I'm building and that I'm going to be able to in turn turn around and sell in about, 8 to 12 months if I want to. All right. So again, you're just, by doing this in the beginning on Amazon, you want to validate a product is selling. You want to start getting some sales. You want to start building out a brand. But once you do that, you're able to then decide if you want to exit or if you want to continually grow it by building external channels or going into other channels with your product like eBay, Etsy, any of those other external channels are still places that you could potentially put your product, not just Amazon. Now, I'm not discrediting Amazon because I think that's where we all should start, and I think that that's where a lot of our revenue will come from. But with just knowing how the market trends always go up and down, we want to be able to protect ourselves. So, because of that, you just always want to be thinking, how can you, build this out bigger and stronger and, just protect yourself, but also create other revenue streams. Again, like if you have an authority blog that you create, and for those of you that don't know what an authority blog is, it's a well-established blog that starts to get traffic through content, through articles, through videos, all that stuff. And once that traffic comes there to that website, you can then convert them to a sale either on your e-commerce site or on your Amazon store. So for example, like right now, like I'm not building an authority blog around a garlic press, but I could be creating one for the market that would serve that, the people that would want a garlic press. So Italian cooking would be a blog that we would create as an authority blog that would have all of these recipes, all of these tips and tricks, maybe product reviews on garlic presses and different, I don't know, the noodle thing there or whatever, so anything that could be associated with that market or that niche, that's the authority blog that you're going to be building. And this is something that you would have done on an ongoing basis. Now, there's all different strategies for doing SEO and getting ranked in Google and all that stuff. I don't care to learn that. I don't want to learn that. I just want it done. And that's when you get to the point where, and I've said that, when you start making some money, that's when you want to reinvest into the business to start to build out. Instead of going so deep, you want to go a little bit wider. So anyway, I'm rambling right now because we haven't talked in a while, right? I haven't been periscoping, so I've got a lot to flush out. Usually I'm flushing it out once a day or every other day. So I'll try to hook back up again tomorrow, and again, just think what comes to mind. But I guess the biggest thing right now is just understanding that Amazon is like anything. It's a sales channel. It doesn't mean that it's going to be always consistent. And I've always been honest with that. I mean, you never want to depend on one channel. You want to, broaden that out a little bit. So, that's pretty much what I've been working on. We've got, the podcast is running. I've got my Amazon business, which now I've kind of went partners in with, not partners really, but in his brand. I'm kind of helping him, and then when that starts to generate some income, then I can start drawing from that. So we have a little bit of a good relationship there with that. But then also, I've kind of hired him on as, it's kind of hard to explain, but kind of to help me out in the Amazon business with some of the things that I don't have time to do on a regular basis anymore. So not saying that everyone's going to get to that point or that you need to get to that point, but if you do want to start hiring out, whether it's, doing your product research and coming back to you and saying like, I've got 5 products that fit your criteria. Here they are. These are the ones that you could look into. And then you could go even one step further and have a sourcing agent that you hand them off to them, and then they come back with pricing, and then they kind of give you that stuff. So in the beginning, you're doing all that work yourself, but I'm just trying to let you know that once you start to grow and you want to scale this thing, you're not going to be able to do it all yourself. And that's where you're going to start looking to branch out and start hiring people, VAs, virtual assistants, contractors, people that are going to do like one-off jobs for you. Like I said, if it's building an authority site, it's going to be that person making or creating content for you on a regular basis. That's going to help drive your business, but you're not going to necessarily want to be doing that every single day or every single week, right? So it's like being the owner of a company, you don't do all of the tasks. Now, I will be honest, when you're first starting, you're going to bootstrap it probably. You don't want to take all that money and throw out there and kind of like invest in something that you don't know is going to work yet. I get that. I mean, this month is 12 months for me. So October 22nd will be 20 seconds. October 22nd will be 12 months for me. And just now I'm starting to build an authority site. I'm just starting to reach out and get some help to kind of scale out the business, and also make it so it's, I guess, a little bit more of a business in a sense, to where we have different elements to the business so we can grow it and scale it and build it more consistently, I think is what I'm also saying. If I only have 2 products, is it worth setting up a Shopify? Yeah, I think it is. As soon as you can, Shopify is a great way to just get something started. And then through Shopify, you can start creating blog content. Okay. Me personally, the route that I'm going with, I'm just going to go out there and build the authority site, get that content going, getting it indexed into Google, start getting people to link to it, all of that stuff, and let that naturally happen over the next 6 to 8 months. And then once traffic starts to come, then I'm going to worry about how I'm going to monetize it. And I know how I'm going to monetize it, but I'm not going to worry about right now putting an e-commerce site there yet. Yes, I'll have some, add to cart buttons where they'll go to Amazon, but right now I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about just getting the traffic. Once I get the traffic coming from Google, then I'll worry about going ahead and putting all of the different pieces in place there. That's just my angle. That doesn't mean it's right. That's just how I'm doing it. So that's pretty much what I've been up to. The podcast, Amazon business. I still run that photography business that I have, not a portrait studio anymore, but more of a teaching where I teach people Photoshop stuff and all that stuff. So I've got other little businesses, little projects. As entrepreneurs, we always have these little projects going, and I got to be honest, I'm excited about all of them. And that's really, I think, what gets me up in the morning, is being able to be excited because there's just unlimited potential. I mean, now with Amazon being able, for us to be able to sell our businesses to an investor possibly, that's exciting. What content should you have on an authority site? Useful content. Like I said, if you're selling a garlic press, you probably want to have some recipes about what to cook for being Italian, or the Italian cooking or whatever, right? If you're teaching people how to play, or if you're selling tennis balls, you probably want to have some tennis lessons and strategies and backhanding stuff and all that stuff, because when people come there, they're naturally going to be interested in the products that you sell. So really, that's what you're going to do. And I'm going to actually have a guest on the podcast. We're going to drill down into this. I'm going to also have Spencer Hawes back on from Niche Pursuits. He has a tool called Longtail Pro. I use that tool. I've used it for probably 3 years now. And it helps you find long tail keywords, meaning not just one word. It's more like 3 words, 4 words, 5 words, how to cook, whatever, chicken parm, or, stuff like that. So those are like long tail stuff, and that's what you're going to start to rank for, because you're going to see it's just like Amazon. So when you have a listing, you're going to start ranking for miscellaneous keywords, not just those main keywords like garlic press. It could be black handled garlic press for industrial kitchens or whatever, right? Or industrial strength garlic press, or just all of these different long tails are going to start coming in. I mean, currently right now, the last I checked, I think I'm ranking for over 1,700 keywords on one of my product listings. Would a Facebook page do the same as an authority site? No, it will not. An authority site is going to have a lot longer term effect, and you own it. That's the big one, okay? So if you're on Facebook and you're creating that, you don't own that. Amazon, both of them can. We're playing on rented land, okay? If we have a blog that we own, if we have the hosting, we own it through HostGator, Bluehost, whatever. We own all that content. We've created it, or we've had it created. We own it. When traffic starts to come to it, that's going to happen naturally. There's nothing really that's going to happen unless Google de-indexes us because we did something wrong, or that we did some black hat strategies, which I don't recommend. So yeah, Facebook is more of a short-term, or a community builder, I think, would be a better thing, but you always want to point people back to your authority site or your blog. So if you're doing stuff on Facebook, that's great, but you also then want to point people back over to your blog, try to get them on your email list. And we've talked about that in great depth before. Having them get on your email list is going to be critical, because then you can point them to a new blog post. You can point them to a special that you're doing on your Amazon products, all of that stuff. So email list is number one, and you should start doing that as soon as possible. If you're doing them in insert cards, getting them to register their products so you can follow up with a warranty information, any of that stuff, that's always good stuff. But anyway, whoever has the Purple Heart is going to get the award today for the best tapper, because those purple hearts have been coming in steady. Here comes the yellow ones. I've got a close second there. Yeah, you guys are awesome. So yeah, I'll try to do another one tomorrow. My son's got basketball in the morning. I think probably in the morning I'll do another one. Probably be around 10:30ish p.m. Wow, I'm still tired from the trip. 10:30 a.m. Yeah, my finger hurts though. Oh, that's me, Val. Hey, Val, thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're gonna have to go rest that finger, or the fingers. Yeah. So tomorrow morning, 10:30 a.m. I'm probably gonna do another scope. My son will be at basketball. I'll be sitting in the car, and I'll catch up then and kind of give you guys some more details on what's happening. But there's a lot happening. I'm excited. I couldn't be any more excited about what's happening. And what's your current best email capture strategy? Give away something of use, that's useful to people. Or if you're doing it on Facebook ad to try to get people on a list that you can give away product, give a really good offer, right? Normally sells for $29.95. Give it away for $1.95. First 25 people that respond to this, get the offer. Boom, you've got some urgency. You start building that list. How do you drive traffic to your listing? Through Amazon pay-per-click in the beginning, or we run promotions. We'll run like a little blast, maybe 20 units a day for 5 days, boost the BSR. We'll start getting reviews. Then we'll turn on pay-per-click, start running pay-per-click, and then just continually add to that. I don't really drive traffic from outside channels. Up until this point, I haven't really done anything with outside traffic. But it's a strategy, but it's just not one I would focus on in the beginning. Yeah, fourth quarter's coming, guys. I'm getting excited for that. I've got another product I'm just about ready to pull the trigger on, which I'm really excited about. I think that's going to trump everything else that I've already done. Is there still room to start a blast service? No, I don't think there is, actually. I've got to be honest with you. I've got a bunch of people that have hit me up to try to promote their blast service. I think it's getting overcrowded. I don't think we need them anymore. And I think that once you find a good group, you only got to give away 100 units. If you're in a not that competitive of a space, 100 units gets you going, and then you're off to the races. But yeah, back to that product that I'm getting ready to release. I'm getting really excited about it. I believe today we're going to be pulling the trigger on that, and that should be here in about 25 days, just in time for fourth quarter. I am pumped about that, so I can't wait to report on that as well, let you guys know. Plus, my buddy that I said I'm kind of helping, he's a good childhood friend of mine, actually, to kind of lead you into that a little bit. But he's been at it. He's been kind of like going through all of the training that I've been kind of doing on the podcast, and now he's done it. I haven't even helped him like privately, which you would think I would have. And he just came to me the other day and said, about a week ago, and said that he launched his product. And I said, wow, that's awesome. And then we got talking, and then that's where I said, hey, why don't I come in there, help you with that brand? It'll allow me to also broaden out my, product lines, where I can add another product line without actually having to do a seller's account. And from there, you can come over and help me in my business, and we can kind of trade services there a little bit. So that's kind of what we're doing. So I've got a little bit of stake in that brand, which is kind of cool. Another revenue stream for me if it all pans out. And just doing what we do, right? We're entrepreneurs. We're out there always trying to find other ways to, kind of create those additional revenue streams. How about international selling? Anyone can international sell. I mean, it's just like selling in the U.S. You just have to create an EIN number in the States, I believe, and then probably an LLC of some kind. Again, I would contact a legal advisor on that. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I know that's doable. I got a lot of people that are doing it. All right, so that's going to wrap it up. I got to go grab my son. I think we got meatloaf tonight. That sounds good. Nice warm meal tonight on a colder night here in upstate New York. It's going to be good. So it's a fall meal. So, all right, guys, got to run. Thank you so much. Remember the podcast, theamazingseller.com. You can head over there. 6,000 hearts. So I get a garlic press. I think we'll go ahead and see what we can do there for you, Val. I appreciate it. And you know what? I was thinking about that too. We should probably have a little contest the next time. Maybe, hey, Bill, there you go, buddy. Maybe we should have a contest and see about hearts, and we can give away something there. Val says kidding. So awesome. Charles says take action. Yeah, that's right. Remember, I'm here for you. I believe in you. I'm rooting for you, but you guys already beat me to it. Take action. All right, I'm going to take action, go get my son and go eat some dinner. You guys do the same. I'll see you, I'll see you around. I'll be either on the Periscope tomorrow morning, podcast you can always listen to, and next week I'm doing another workshop, theamazingseller.com/workshop. Take action. Take care. We'll see you around. Take care.